Morning guys, welcome back. So we are not doing our regular homeschool 180 vlog where we have been vlogging through our homeschool days. We're not doing that this week. So by the end of last week, I was completely overwhelmed. We have so much on our plate. Half of my week has flown by already and I feel like I'm still just as behind as I was. So today I have a lot to get done. Trying to catch up and juggle all the things. I'm gonna sit up here, sorry. You one of those people that has to like sit with your legs like tucked up under you? I realize I do that a lot. Anyways, trying to catch up on all the things, do all the stuff, but I was working on something. I actually tried to film this last night, but it was so stinking dark in here. You couldn't see anything, so trying again. I want to share with you guys a couple things though real quick this morning before I go get off and busy into my day. So I talked on Monday in the Heavenly Minded Homemaker video about just frugal living and different things that our family does, kind of answered a handful of questions, and honestly I got so many more after the fact. I haven't even gotten to get to those yet. My plan is, Lord willing, is to, on Mondays, to dive in deeper into those specific topics and what our family does when we are trying to really be frugally minded and watching what we're spending. And living without a stable income, or really any income at all, has its challenges, and kind of just sharing where we're at and what we do to get through that. So, should have finished my coffee before I came in here to do this. It's really good. So I want to share with you guys today, I had shared before my minimalist wardrobe. So clothes and just minimizing clothes has been something in my minimalism journey that I've been doing for the past few years, and really just honing that down more and more and more. And so we are sitting in my not very pretty bedroom today so that I can share these things with you guys. I strive to have a minimalist wardrobe, capsule wardrobe, whatever you want to call it. For me, the point is to have the clothes that we truly need and to not be hoarding the excess. It's really what it all boils down to. Why are we holding on to so much stuff when there are people in your own community who are in need of clothing? There are so many places that, and different organizations, if you look around, that offer clothing to people in need, women's shelters, men's shelters. I even found in the town over from us a thrift store that provides everything free, absolutely free to the community, to make sure that everybody has the clothes and the items that they truly need. So there's always a way, you know, hosting and doing different things that you can do, that you can get rid of your excess and give it to someone who truly has that need, because we as followers of Christ should not be holding on to all of this excess, right? We're not to be consumed by the world and all of its things and all of its pleasures, but to love and serve others in every possible way. I think my kids are doing something bad because I hear the oldest yelling. Who knows what happened? Oh, I think the puppy got in trouble. The puppy has a bad habit of eating all of the baby's food, so that's fun. The baby also has a bad habit of always feeding the puppy her food, so it's kind of a difficult spot. Anyways, I started this past summer-ish. I kind of don't remember when exactly it was. Spring, summer. And I shared with you guys that my husband has always wanted me to wear more dresses. And I have always never really worn dresses. And so finally I was like, you know what? I need to scale down my stuff again, because I feel like minimalism is a constant process. It's a constant process of going through your stuff, scaling down, minimizing, letting go of stuff you're no longer using and no longer in need of, and kind of working that through. It's not a like you do this one time and that's it. So I was going through and I picked out 7 dresses for 7 days, and that's what I had. I had 7 dresses that I would rotate throughout the week, and I think I saved like a pair of pants and a couple t-shirts that I had, but I honestly really didn't wear very often. And the more and more I've been wearing dresses, the more and more I really love wearing dresses. So then I kind of shared with you guys on Instagram going into the winter months, I was like, how the heck does one stay warm in dresses? This might be ridiculously silly and simple, but I never have normally worn dresses. So how do you do it? And what was funny is I got so many comments from you guys that were like, yes, I've been wondering the same thing. How on earth am I supposed to stay warm in a dress? And so I went on a mission to find a way to still incorporate the dresses into my fall winter wardrobe. So that's what I'm going to share with you guys today. I'm also going to give you a little peek at what I have for my girls, because back here in this closet and in these little set of drawers is my clothes are nearly 9-year-olds. Lily will be 9 on Tuesday. Virginia, who is 6.5, and Olivia, who will be 2 in January. So all of our clothing is all here together. I'm going to share all of that with you guys. It's not pretty, it's not glamorous, but it's for real, and I'm going to share it. And then I figured if I don't take too long, I have some more of the questions as far as the frugal living questions that you guys sent in that I'm going to try to answer at the end. So let me go ahead and show you guys what we got. Okay, so we just use these little drawer systems here. This is my husband's stuff. I let him do his own thing. We just had to set it up here for him after his surgery because it was hurting him to bend down. So I have this for the girls. They originally each had one of their own for tops, bottoms, and PJs, but then we condensed it even more, so they were sharing one all together. And then the baby would always pull out this bottom drawer and sit in it, and the girls would drag her around. They eventually broke it, so they lost that. So this is their clothes. This is the 6-year-old, and this is the 9 next week year old that's in there. So let me show you what they've got. So they have, this is Virginia. She's got 3 plus the one she's wearing. So she's got like 4 long sleeve shirts, 3 short sleeve shirts. She has a couple pairs of, well, I guess there's 3 in there. She has 3 pairs of jeans and 2 plus the one she's wearing right now, 3 pairs of like stretchy soft pants, which I love because then we can do layers if need be. I just got each of my girls one pack of socks from Dollar Tree. So she has 3 socks. Dollar Tree actually has really great socks, and you can't beat the price. Socks are so expensive. So she has 3 pairs of socks plus 1 pair of like fuzzy socks that she can wear in the house to keep her feet warm. Here's her undies, and she has 2 sets of pajamas. So that's everything all in here, minus I do have a few sweatshirts, and she has a couple like zip up jackets that are not in here for winter time, but these are all of her clothes. And then Lily, she has 3 plus, I think she's wearing a long sleeve right now. So she's got like 4 long sleeve tops. She's got 2 short sleeve. Lily has some sensitivity struggles that she deals with. So pants are a big one for her that are very, very difficult. So in the back, I have 3 pairs of pants that I know she will wear. These ones, I'm not sure if she will wear, but she has a lot of sensitivity, especially when it comes, tops too, but at least I can, if they bug her, I usually can get her to wear an undershirt and be okay with it, but pants are really difficult for her. So these I kind of have in here just to try and see if she will wear them. I'm not sure if she will. And she is getting, I know somebody sent in a few outfits for her birthday. So she's really lacking. She doesn't have, very many things. Like I said, she's got this one kind of sweater and these 2 long sleeve shirts here. And I'm not sure if she's going to wear these. So I know she has some stuff coming in though that she will wear and will love. So I'm not worrying about her too much. She as well got a pack of the 3 different socks plus the pair she's wearing, plus a pair of fuzzy socks. These were a couple old socks. She has 2 sets of pajamas as well, her underwear, and she does have 1 pack of little training bras. So that is what Lily has. And I'll share with you guys real quick what I'm wearing today. This isn't a dress, actually. It's just a long sweater. Excuse the endometriosis. It's making my stomach super swollen today. But this is just a big... I loved the neck on this. It's like having a built-in scarf. This is like a Converse sweater. It was just nice and super long. I did keep this pair of just like skinny jeans, and I have this awesome, like, reminds me of like a Jedi cloak. I don't know what you call this, but just this super long flowy cover up because I'm freezing, so this way I can like wrap myself up and be nice and super warm. So this is my outfit today, but let me show you everything I have in the closet that I've kept for my complete fall to winter wardrobe. All right, so this is what we've got in here. This is open for the baby's clothes to go into. I have hers out in the basket. I separated them last night, but she had already fallen asleep in here. I didn't want to wake her up, so I have to put her stuff in there. These were some extra pajamas that the girls had that I'm holding on to for someone because they needed some PJs for their girls, so those will get passed on. And then these are, I think they had like 3 sweatshirts each. I'm kind of still going through them to see which ones fit them as well, so each day when they need one, I've just pulled one out and let them try it on to see if it fits. But some of these will be going with the stuff that's being donated there. I have a few scarves here, pretty much all black. That's why you can't really see anything. I have one more that usually hangs here that a friend made me, but I was wearing it yesterday, so I have not hung it back up. Guys, I love scarves. There's my scarves. I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 5 of these little like cardigan sweaters. The one I'm wearing now, this is just a long black one that's a little bit thinner. I'm very original, right? Gray and black striped. Black, white, gray, argyle. This is the one I'm wearing right now. And then this one that has got this kind of print on it. And then I do have my Rapture Awareness sweater, which I love so much. I could live in a hoodie all year long. I did get some bleach on the sleeve, though. I was spraying bleach, and it a little bit came down. I didn't even realize my sweater was hanging up in the room. So I'm thinking of getting some dye and, like, trying to dye the sleeves to fix that. I was so upset. But gotta have my Rapture Awareness sweater. And then the girls do have a couple dresses each that I keep hung up in here. So that way I do have these if ever, you know, we're going somewhere or something and I want them to have a dress, but I don't put those in their drawer for them to play with. Up here on the top, this was all of my spring summer wardrobe that's just folded, set up there. These are all of a friend and I, we flip clothes back and forth because she has 3 girls as well. So these are the next sizes for all of our kids, all separated. I did that earlier. So this is my full wardrobe. I have nothing else that I wear anywhere. So up here, I've got pajamas. So I got, I guess I have 2. I do have 2 pajamas. And here I've got like some couple fuzzy socks for me. I've got 3 undershirts, some underwear, a sports bra, and a couple just like regular pairs of socks. I kept 1 pair of sweatpants that I have here. They're like those jogger sweatpants. Pair of skinny jeans. And these are like these gray stretchy pants that I can wear as like leggings underneath stuff. They have pockets, but I can wear them as leggings underneath stuff. And I have 1 pair of black stretchy leggings that I was wearing yesterday, so they're not in here. So these are my, like, minus the sweatpants, these are like my under the dresses pants to wear to keep warm. I did keep 1 pair of just these True Religion jeans that are just like regular jeans. These were a couple sweaters that my mom had sent over to me, and I haven't tried them on yet, so I have to do that. And then down here, I did keep 1 workout, like sports bra, tank top, and yoga pants. You know, if I'm ever feeling froggy and decide to do any of that. And then this is this beautiful linen shirt and these jeans that used to be my favorite jeans that I no longer can fit into, but I've held on to them a little bit. Like, this is my one outfit, and let's see if this year if I can fit into it. The year's almost up and I can't, so I'm going to need to let them go, but that's okay. And then I do have in here, these are like thin, kind of silky thermals that are really nice. My Nana always bought them and gave them to me. So I do have that, and I have a thermal top if, you know, when it gets that cold. As far as the clothes that I kept, so these, well, let me move this one. Let's see. These 4 tops here, I'm not sure if they will be staying. So I had put all of my colder weather clothes away last year. And so I've pulled them back out, but I don't know. I'm going to see if I actually end up really wearing them. And if I'm not wearing them here in the next little bit, they will be moving on to a new home. Hello, Olivia. So I have this Obey top that I love. This just Stay Weird, Live Free. I have this top that I've had forever, and I absolutely just love it. So it's still in here. And then this longer that my mom gave me, just kind of like long sweater type. I love the work in here. Can you see that? So I have that. And then again, just kind of another long sweater type top that I've kind of held on to for a while. So we will see with these four if I actually end up wearing them. If I don't start wearing them here soon, they will go to someone who can truly use them. So I do have this one, it's just from Walmart, but it's just a long sleeve t-shirt or whatever. I'm going to hold on to this to use for layering because some of these are, I think all of these actually that I could find at the thrift store were short sleeved. But I have this that's a little bit tighter than I'm comfortable with wearing, but it's perfect to wear under things. So hold on to that. This hanger here is for the sweatshirt that I have on at the moment. I got this dress. It is from Express, and it's this kind of thick knit sweater dress. I love, again, the big neck. I wear a tank top underneath it because it is far too low. And then like a cardigan over it, or I can even layer and put this underneath it if need be. And then I wore black leggings underneath it. It is a little bit shorter than I would really like for it to be. It is still long enough. I wish it was a little bit longer, but it works. And I bought it for $3, so you can't beat that. This is from the spring summer stuff that I had, dresses. It's just a oversized shift dress that I bought from Walmart actually, and it has pockets. And then here is my slip that I wear under with this. But this I have been loving. This is going to go ahead and move into the fall winter capsule wardrobe because I just really liked wearing this with a big thick scarf and leggings or jeans or something underneath. So that made it over. I just love this big shift dress that I just bought in a size larger, so that way it was kind of roomy and not so clingy. And then these dresses I'm really excited about. There's maroon and black. They're very thick material. They've got this real high, thick neck on them, and they are super duper 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 long. See that? They go all the way down. And I got these for $3 at the thrift store as well. And again, it's just a good thick material. So I've got these. I figure this is perfect. I can still put stuff underneath them. I can wear my thermals under them. I've got the little sweaters I can wear over it, but nice and long and thick. So I got both of these ones so these are actually, look at everything now is like a dark red and black is like my new wardrobe apparently. And these are just a couple of my shirts from my business. I have one wedding left, so I hold on to those. So I do have some work attire, but that is it as far as my clothing. Is just that stuff there. And then for shoes, this is all I have. I have these old Vans that I've like just held on to forever. I do have a pair of Lucky Brand kind of like moccasins. These, I like these just little like moccasin type shoes. Those are flip-flops for later. And then my rain rubber boots. I got these slipper sock things that I love, and I knocked them over. And then that's for like working out, tennis shoes. So that's it. That is all of the stuff, minus I need to put the baby stuff. But all of the baby's clothes fit in this right here. I don't keep anything additional for her. She has her socks laying up there, mittens, a couple extra things, pencils that I hide from the kids because if I let them have all the pencils, they'll go through them in like less than a week. And her clothes, I'll put pajamas in there, pants in there, tops in there. And that's everything for all of us. So super simple, super minimal. I will share that for Travis, our teenager, he was in desperate need of clothes, like really, really, really bad. That poor kid had like no clothing whatsoever. So I was able to go, we had the provision, so I was able to go and get him at Rose's. I don't know if you guys have a Rose's near you. We have one here in town and I had like never gone to it. And so I went in there and I found him these great. And he's got them in his room, so I'm not gonna pull them all out right now, but for like $3.99 they had these t-shirts with scripture on them, which was super cool. He loved that. So I got him 2 t-shirts, 2 pairs of pants. At Walmart I found 2 pairs of pants that they had on clearance for $5, so I went ahead and got him those. Again, I probably could have saved like $1 if I found him a pair of pants at the thrift store, but these were brand new, fit him perfect, and for like $1 more than the thrift store would have sold them. So sometimes you have to think about that. Just because it's a thrift store doesn't mean it's necessarily the best deal. But I did find him a couple pairs of pants that were like, so he's got a couple pairs of pants that are more like comfortable house pants, and then a couple pair that are more like if you're going out, you'll wear those. And I got him a pair of pajamas. So he's a guy, he doesn't care, super simple. So 2 shirts, plus I think he had a couple shirts that were still in good condition in his size. So he's got maybe 4, maybe 5 tops, like 4 or 5 pairs of pants, and 1 or 2 pairs of pajamas. And he was totally cool with that. So that's what he has. You saw what me and the girls have. This is what we have. Keep it super duper simple. One cool trick I found, if you already have a ton of clothes, this is what we did because I had nothing really warm to wear, minus those shirts that I showed you guys and a couple pairs of pants. Those were the only things I had left. So I really needed something to wear. I was able to find everything for myself at the thrift store for just a few bucks. The only thing I bought new was these slipper socks that I'm wearing. And I bought myself a pair of leggings just because I just wanted a pair of leggings and I couldn't find any at the thrift store. So I did get a pair and they were $5. But I got the stuff for me. The girls, everything came from a friend that we swapped clothes between the girls, besides the few things that Lily will be getting for her birthday next week. And Travis had nothing, that poor kid. So those were the things that he got. But we were able to get everybody stuff that they need for the fall and winter season. Insanely cheap. So that's the way to do it. Find people that you can swap clothes with, look at thrift stores, check out things like roses, and always shop the clearance. If it doesn't come off of a clearance rack, I normally will not buy it. So that was something my aunt taught me as a kid. Hey, if we shop the clearance racks, we can always get more. So really when I'm not a big fan of shopping. I don't mind going to thrift stores, but I'm not a fan of shopping. When I do, I go check out the clearance rack. If it's not on the clearance rack, I move on and I don't get anything. So that's what we did for clothes. So everybody's taken care of. That is our capsule wardrobe. If I find another warm, sweater dress or something like that this winter at the thrift store or something that, if we've popped in for something, I wouldn't mind having 1 or 2 more if I found something, but it would have to be something that was like perfect and spot on. If not this, so that would be what I have 5 dresses. So I did 7 dresses for 7 days last time just because that's what I ended up having. So it worked out, but this will be the 2 long ones, the express, my black shift dress, and this sweatshirt will be my 5 items, with what I had 5 underpants to wear to stay warm in that and then my thermals. So I think that's more than enough. I think that works out perfectly. To have 5 outfits for the whole family is more than enough. And then, like I said, I keep, usually a dress or an outfit for my younger kids that is hung up, kind of put away, that I can pull out when hey, we're going somewhere and I want you to wear something that, isn't the clothes you're outside wrestling chickens with and stuff like that. So usually I keep one nice outfit that's put up. It's more than enough. And then if you maybe you have a ton of clothes and you're I don't even know where to start to do this. Something that I found that is so helpful, get all your laundry washed, everything washed and put away. And then for however many days you want to have clothing for, 5 days, 7 days, 3 days, whatever, don't do any laundry for that amount of days. Or do the laundry, but then tuck it away somewhere. You will find out real quick, if everything is clean and your whole family has everything that they own to pick from, you will find out very quickly in a 5 to 7 day period what they really want to wear. So don't wash any laundry, or wash it but keep it put away for that amount of days. And then while that stuff is washing, go in and bag everything up. Literally, everything that's left is not their first pick of what they want to wear. Bag everything up, go and donate it to a women and children's shelter, to a men's shelter, whatever it is. Go and donate it to someone who could truly use it. And then just keep the stuff that you know was their first pick of what they wanted to wear when they had all of their items, you know, at their disposal. So that's what we're doing for our fall winter capsule wardrobes for our whole family. Like I said, the baby is basically the same thing. The baby has about 5 pairs of long pants. She has, I think, 5 sweatshirts, long sleeves, and she does have 2 additional long sleeve onesies just for layering. She had 3 or 4 pairs of pajamas, long pajamas, 2 pairs of footy pajamas just in case we have accidents or things like that. She has 1 zip up coat and I believe 4 pairs of socks is everything for her. Yeah, I think that's everything I kept for her. So she's good to go as well. I do keep, you know, a couple things extra for her just because she's little and stuff happens. But honestly, I do a load of laundry every single day. And so there's never like, oh my gosh, we ran out of whatever. Well, I do 1 load every day and that's everybody's stuff all together. So nobody ever runs out of anything and it makes it really super simple. Easy to keep up on. The only times that I feel overwhelmed are like before I scaled all this down, when I had switched and brought everything out. It was overwhelming because there was so much, but I gave it a couple weeks to let the girls see what things that they were liking and wanting to wear. That's the stuff that we kept and have in there now, and everything else is gone. So much easier. So that's what we're doing. Let me go check on my kiddos, and then I will pop back on with you guys and answer some more of your questions about just living frugally and how we do this and minimize, especially when you're on a very, very tight budget, or maybe you're just trying to scale yourself back to make sure that you're only using what you truly need, so that way you can be living as scripture calls us to and giving to others and serving others. You look at the model of the Acts church and we're a long way off of that. And I know many of us are definitely encouraged by that and encouraged to kind of get back to those roots. So give me just a minute and we'll be back with that. All right, guys, I'm going to go through and share again just a little bit on these questions that you guys sent in when I asked just, you know, what are your questions, and kind of want to hear our input in when it comes to just being frugal and kind of the month overview. Like I said, on Monday's videos with the Heavenly Minded Homemaker, I do want to dig into a lot of these topics a lot deeper and share with you guys kind of room by room, kind of different things we do to keep it natural, minimal, and frugal. That's what I'm focusing on. So any questions, feedback, thoughts? There's Dad. I know. It's so exciting. Look at Daddy. Daddy walks like 4 miles every morning, and she sits at the window with this level of excitement the whole time. For him, he can't hear you. For him and the chickens, technically, because they're all down there. I know, there's your dad. So go back and watch. I'll try to remember to link it at the end, but go back and watch Monday's Heavenly Minded Homemaker video. Yes, about frugal things. But let me go ahead and run through these questions and kind of just touch on them. Yes, that's Dad. He can't hear you, baby. I know, it's your dad. He's just such a cool guy. I know. I get excited when I see him too. Dad! Okay, they're going to try to keep her occupied so I can go through this without her screaming Dad, Dad into the phone the whole time. Okay, so I'm just going to go through these quickly, give some tips, because like I said, I know I talked a lot about a lot of this on Monday's video, and we're going to be doing a lot more about all of this. How do you buy things like shampoo and conditioner that isn't horrible for you, but on a budget? I make it myself a lot. Get some Castile soap. You can make darn near anything with some Castile soap. Or if I do go ahead and get one of the high quality, organic, natural type shampoos, conditioners, I use half the amount that I'm used to using. I have noticed that we just use so much excess, and so I will really just try to scale down and only use half the amount. So that stretches it a lot further, and I go further in between washing my hair. So summertime I wash my hair more often, I feel like, just because it's hot and yucky and I enjoy washing my hair. But wintertime I notice that I do kind of space those out a lot more. Every evening I keep a little mason jar of just plain cornstarch, and I have like an old fat makeup brush. I just put the makeup brush in the cornstarch and kind of split my hair and put some cornstarch in my hair in the evening. I hate dry shampoo. I've tried every type from the cheapest to the most expensive, all the ones people rave about. I don't like dry shampoo. I don't like the way it makes my hair feel. I don't like the chemicals and things that are mixed in with it. I'm not a dry shampoo fan. But cornstarch, I can do cornstarch all day long, or arrowroot powder, either one. But you just put a little bit on the brush, kind of just dab it into your hair. Do it in the evening before you go to bed. And then it just soaks all night long, takes care of all the yucky stuff. And I can go days between washing my hair, and it's not a big deal. So those tips and tricks there, I think if you do go ahead and splurge and get the stuff that's more expensive, you can make it last so much longer. So if you're only getting a bottle of expensive shampoo every month or two, really that's not that bad, because you might have spent more on it in the first, right? But if it lasts way longer than what you're used to getting, then you can make it worth it. So you just have to weigh those things. And again, we will be sharing recipes and things on how I make different shampoos and conditioners, body washes, what we do for toothpaste, all of those things. So there are so many options out there for you. Having enough to eat. When you're trying to condense how much food you have, but have enough to still eat. One thing that I've really noticed is most of us are out of control when it comes to portion sizes. Our American portion sizes are just ridiculous. So cutting down on portion size is a big one. That makes a big difference. Our family does intermittent fasting. It's something that I've done for a while and I love. My husband is now totally on board, and the kids are pretty much doing it too. Not because they have to, it kind of works. So we are really only eating about one meal a day now, honestly. That's like a big meal, and then a couple little snacky things throughout the day. My husband and I, we only eat, our window to eat is between 2 o'clock to 6 o'clock. Honestly, we eat at 2 o'clock and then maybe have a little something later in the day. But really that one in the middle is the big one. So I think once it takes a little bit of time for your body to adjust, but once it does, you realize that the portions and how much you were constantly eating, it was out of control, and you don't need to be eating that much. And then when you make sure that the meals you do eat are packed full of nutrients, you are full and you don't need to be eating. So if I go and I get just a cheap processed whatever, my kids are going to say that they're starving in 10 minutes after they're done eating. I make them that veggie and fruit smoothie in the middle of the day that's packed full with hemp proteins and flaxseed and all of these different things. They're stuffed for hours. I'm basically living off of one smoothie a day because there's so much packed into it. I'm stuffed. I'm not hungry. I don't want anything else. I can't even think about eating. So making sure that the foods that you do eat are packed full of rich, nutrient, God-created foods, and then really starting to work and scaling back how often you're eating, the amount of hours throughout the day you're eating, and the portion sizes of the food that you're eating, I feel has made a huge difference. Seasonal decorations. I shared on Monday's video. I have one milk crate, which you guys know, those little square milk crates are not very big, of all my seasonal decorations for the entire year. We do not celebrate Christmas. We don't celebrate Halloween. We don't celebrate any of the traditional. The only things that we celebrate are the biblical holy days. So I do have a few kind of seasonal type items that I switch out. I do have a few things for Hanukkah. We have a few things for the fall feast, a few things for the spring feast, but it's very, very minimal, very, very simple. That is an area that our culture has moved towards spending so much on and putting so much of a focus on, and I think it's ridiculous. We're actually going to have a podcast with an interview coming out soon talking about weaning off of the world. And for anybody who struggles in this area of just all the seasonal decorations, the holiday stuff, things like that, it might be something worth listening to. And hopefully that'll be coming out here, hopefully this week. But keep an eye out for that. If you subscribe or go follow Growing Up Churchy on iTunes, Google Play Music, Spotify, whatever, you'll see it when it comes out. But that's one we're working on because I think that is a really big topic that can deserve its own episode. Somebody in there? Is that the cat? What are you doing? You goose. Okay. Grocery haul. I'm trying to be better at staying in my budget with a big family. What's your grocery budget? That came up. Grocery bills. How do we spend less? We have a family of 6. I used to share our monthly grocery shopping trips and my monthly menu plan with you guys. And those to date are some of my most watched videos. I haven't done it for a while, but I am hopefully next week, Lord willing, we'll be able to get to that, because like I said, our family, we are now, it was cool because there's so many of these things I used to do, but now that my husband nearly died, but had a huge slap in the face of how he wants to be living and taking care of himself, because God is good and he works everything to his name and glory, and the things that you pray about, God hears those prayers. We're all on board in doing this. So we're going to be showing completely detailed down to every dollar spent how we are doing this with, we've got a big family too. We're a family of 6. And we are hosting people in our meals usually every week. So I'm going to share with you guys how we stick to a clean, mainly plant-based, plant-rooted, but how we are sticking to this healthy diet across the board on a very, very, very small budget. So that will be coming out soon. You guys know, simple, minimal. I'd like to do our monthly menu trip. Aldi is my jam. If you don't have an Aldi near you, I get it, and that really stinks, but Aldi is amazing. So if you have one, we have to drive to ours. We don't have one right here in town. We have to make a little trip to it, but it's worth it, especially if I can go on one grocery shopping trip. Sometimes halfway through or towards the end of the month, I have to go and pick up just a few odds and ends, but I will show you my tips and tricks on how I keep fresh foods fresh throughout the whole month. It's a lot of freezer action. And don't start with your excuses. I do not have a lot of storage space. I do not even have a full-size refrigerator, and we make it work. So you can do it, I promise. And healthy food. Healthy food that is going to keep my family full, but is going to be full of God's nutrients and keep my family healthy. And that was another question, ideas of frugal meals. That is coming, I promise. You are going to see lots and lots on that. When it comes to entertainment for family, we have a 0 entertainment budget. 0. I think this comes as a shock to many people, but we have no budget for entertainment. We really don't have much of a budget for anything because we don't have an income, so that makes it kind of hard to budget when you're budgeting nothing. We have a list that I put together. I have a spreadsheet of our bills and the things we are in need of, and that is mine and my husband's prayer requests that we take before the Lord and tell him, Lord, we need this, or we think we need this. Please show us the things that we don't need. Convict us of any areas that we are putting focus into that is not deserved. And Lord, for the things that we truly do need, Lord, please provide. We are working for you in everything that we do, with the church, with our ministry, with everything, the homeschool plans, all of it. Lord, we are working to the glory of your name. Please provide for our daily needs. We have that list together, and then we have another list for any forms of income that we might get through donations, church tithes, side jobs, whatever it might be that we get, and somehow it works out. So as far as budgeting, if you are trying to figure out how to budget with with whatever your income is, especially trying to be frugal about it, I think my biggest tips, like I shared on Monday, is really scaling down what your monthly expenses are, whittle them down to next to nothing, allocate money for that. Everything that is left over, Scripture is very clear with what we do with that. We give, we serve, we love, we help the body of believers, and we grow from there. So that is what we focus on and what we do with that. When it comes to entertainment, we don't budget for entertainment. We no longer have any subscription services, Xbox Live, Amazon Prime, anything. Netflix, we quit years ago. There's nothing good on there. We don't have cable. We don't have any of that stuff. So we have a 0 entertainment budget. I feel like so often we're so focused on being outside of the home and going outside for entertainment. I want my kids to be home. I want my family to be together. We play games. We go on walks. We go on hikes. There's so much just in our own yard, and heck, our chickens are our entertainment. Let's be for real. We play card games. We have fun and do stuff together. We don't go out seeking entertainment. I can't tell you the last time we've been to a movie theater or really anything like that. As far as if you're still wanting to find something to go out and do, there are some things I know around our area that the kids and I are looking forward to going and doing. Most of them are free activities, just being in nature, doing things like that, doing farm tours, the library, just things that the town offers. There are many, many things, and there are oodles of resources out there if you Google your area free activities that you can go and do. I think in that point, it is adjusting our focus on what we're looking for and really assessing ourselves there. Why are you wanting to be entertained? Why are you seeking these things? What is the love and the focus that you have going on there in these things, and kind of weighing those things with yourself, your life, and then against scripture, and kind of looking at all of those things from that right. Kind of my thoughts on that there in a very small nutshell. Kids activities, I tend to spend more than budgeted for activities for my kids. I budget, again, nothing for my kids activities. Sometimes stuff comes up that we find that we go, hey, if we have this much money left over, then maybe we will go and do that. I love the idea. Somebody said they have a thing up on the fridge of fun money that is put up. So, hey, if we get, some money put together, we can go and eat out or go and do something like that. Eating out's another big one. If you are a family that eats out a lot, maybe start weaning yourself back. Give yourself one meal, one day a week that can be something eating out. Everything else can be at home. It'll be healthier for you. You will save a lot of money. And I think we just use that as such a crutch in so many ways. And it definitely is very difficult. Homeschooling expenses. How do I keep homeschooling expenses to a minimum? How much do we spend homeschooling? We homeschool for practically nothing. I share our curriculum for free online. I write it myself. It is completely based off of God's word, so you need a Bible. Technically, you can get a free Bible app, so that could cost you nothing. If not, if you need a Bible, we'll get you a Bible. But you need a Bible. We have a notebook. I've shared all the supplies. You guys can always go back and look at them. And then we use a few books that I usually get used on Amazon. We did have Amazon for a long time. It ran out. And then we had a friend who somebody suggested that being added on as somebody's family member, which is genius. I totally forgot that used to be a thing. So we do have a friend who did that, and so we can get on and get things from time to time if we need them. But honestly, I've taken all the apps and everything off of my phone to keep myself off of that, because that is an addiction with Amazon. So I try to stay away from it. But I do like Amazon for like used books, or go to your local library, things like that. But we homeschool for practically free. I spent for all three of my kids who are schooling, and honestly, the books that we use, most of them I've had, and we just use them year in and year out for the different ages of kids. But I spend like next to nothing, you guys. I really, really do. I don't even know if I put all of my kids together for the whole year if we spent $100. I honestly don't think so. Grocery shopping, how do I plan to keep it affordable? Because I keep it minimal. Because I lower the amount that we think we actually need. I keep it minimal. And when you are getting and cooking whole foods from scratch at home, it might seem like it's going to be more expensive, but I promise you it isn't. And that's why I'm going to share more in those videos. Medical costs. Medical costs is one that is very difficult. Obviously, this depends on you and your family and where you're at and what you're dealing with. For us, our biggest thing when it comes to medical costs is my husband. Zoe. She's chasing the cat. Okay. He's got some disabilities with some conditions in his neck, and he is the one that it's very difficult for us. Luckily, we had insurance that covered all of the hospital expenses, because we were seeing all the bills for his week in the hospital, and oh my goodness, that would have been awful. But he has these reoccurring conditions. Things like his chiropractor appointment is not covered by our insurance. So that's out of pocket, $52 every time. We have an amazing doctor. It's the best that we can get in our area and all of that, but we have to come up with money for that. and his medication that he needs every month is not covered by anything. And honestly, most months we don't have enough to cover it, and he has to do without a lot, and that's very, very difficult on him. And it is not the ideal situation for his health. We have thought about doing different things. We don't really have any other options available to us at the moment. And so we kind of just make do with what we can. Obviously, those things are a priority. So when provisions do come in, that's the first thing that we try to handle. But a lot of times he has to kind of fudge a little and make it work and stretch things longer than they really should be. But it is what it is. Utilities, I shared in Monday's video in a lot more detail, but we do with as little as possible. Really watching and being very frugal in what you're using, right? Like wintertime, you will always see us in sweatshirts and extra layers. There are blankets on every couch and every chair so that you can be warm and snuggled up. We use our wood fireplace all the time, and space heaters instead of central heat. The same thing with in summertime, we use little personal window air conditioner units instead of the central ones. But dressing up or dressing down, lots of blankets, lots of things like that, and just using the least amount that we need to. Anyways, that's the most of all of the questions. I think most of them are pretty much all in the same. So you guys gave me great ideas of what to focus on as far as our Monday homemaker videos to start covering in those, because most of you had pretty much the same kind of area of questions. We're going to get this up. Daddy's done with his walk, so we're going to go do Bible, and hopefully we will get a ton done this week and see you guys next week with our regular schedule. For sure, watch out for that podcast hopefully this week, because I think it's one that will really serve many of you. Wednesday tonight, so you guys will have probably missed this when this goes up, we've got our prayer gathering for the home church. Saturday, YouTube Live at noon, and then Sunday, we do our weekly Bible service. So you guys can come and join us for that as well. Everything's linked down below. We're going to go get all these things done. Thanks for hanging out with us today, guys, and we'll see you next time. All right, I was totally going to end the video right there, but let me just show you. I was going through the house, finishing up some of my just morning chores and stuff. What are you doing right now? I'm getting ready to come over there. Hold on. And I was like, you know what? Let me shoot just a quick little clip and show you guys a couple things that we do in our house just to help with minimizing our utility bill and keeping our house warm and cozy when winter and fall is kicking in, and how we do it. We are able to keep our utility bill about the same all year long. We had some months in the cold of winter where our bill was like $500-700, which was insane. Luckily, we have one utility bill because our power and water is all on one. We now keep our bill around $200, and max gets up to like $300. That's, I think, the highest it's been. So huge difference for us. The dog's scratching. You got an itch? He's got some dry skin, I think. Anyways, let me show you guys what we do. Just give you a little tour. House isn't super exciting, but let me just show you a few of the things that we're implementing that really help us save money every year. All right, couple tips for keeping it frugal. We use cloth everything. We don't use paper towels or anything like that. So I usually a couple times a year just buy a big pack of washcloths. These I got from Walmart, and I think they're like $4 or $5 anyways for a bunch of these. These are our napkins. These are what we use to clean up around the house. All of the things I like when I get white, because then I can just bleach them every so often when need be. So super cheap, reusable stuff, good for the earth, good for your wallet. Like I said, we don't have paper napkins, don't have paper towels. The only paper products we use are toilet paper, and I get recycled toilet paper so that it's a little more earth conscious. And I don't know what that baby is doing. So anyways, that. I also, a couple times a year, can you guys please, excuse them. I usually a couple times a year will just get a pack of mason jars. I like the jelly jars. They're just smaller size, but these are what we use for storage. I don't use plastic Tupperware, and this is also what we use for our drinking glasses. So sometimes I will get the bigger size ones. My children are awful. Maybe your kids aren't, but mine are. My girls are constantly taking stuff outside. It never comes back in. Stuff gets broken. So I just buy a flat of mason jars, usually a couple times throughout the year, the small size, and then sometimes I'll get the big size. They were out of them this time, so I just did the smaller size. And then I have the big, huge ones for like storage of flour and sugar and things like that. But these are our drinking glasses. And then, you know, storage, leftovers, things like that as well. So these I was able to pick up this week. This will do us in until probably sometime in the spring. We might get a few more. Let me show you a few things. Hi, Jerry boy, you licking your foot? We have not had our first fire yet, getting ready to do so, but I found this at Rose's. It was $1.99. I don't know if anybody has ever used anything like this. Probably not. It was in their as seen on TV stuff, which that stuff always gets me. I'm a sucker. But I got this to try to see if maybe it might help us, because we have this humongous fireplace, and like I've said, we do those big old like Cracker Barrel style fires going on in here, but I know we lose so much heat up the chimney, so I was hoping maybe some little cool doodad like this might do something. I finally, a couple years ago, got us a coat rack. I just got it. It's this just wooden one off of Amazon, but there are enough rows of pegs that Daddy and I share the top pegs. Or no, Daddy just has the top. Hey, excuse you. Daddy has all the top pegs because he has a million different coats. Travis and I share these middle ones, and then down here the girls share these ones, so that way everybody has all of their stuff easily accessible to them. Yes, ma'am. Yes. Okay, so out here you will see also on all of our couches lots of throw blankets. So, all right, stop the baby from screaming. Every sittable place has throw blankets to keep us nice and warm and cozy. Out here in our main kitchen, dining, living room space, this is our coolest part of the house. Obviously, when we have the fire going, that helps, but the rest of the day, it's pretty cool over here. So we have moved our living room space into this room, and we've hung up, I got a shower curtain bar, a small one, just because it's more heavy duty than a little curtain rod. With my kids running through here all the time, I knew that a standard curtain rod would not be strong enough for them. So we put that up with just these curtain panels. There's one here and then one in that doorway back there on the other side. So anyways, we have this up, and so our living room space, hold on one second, Trev. Our living room space in here, we are able to shut these curtains, and there is the space heater. We got these, they're like the garage utility ones that are down there. They're only 23 bucks at Walmart. We got one of these last year, and we love it. It may not be as pretty as some of the tall tower space heaters that they have, but this little one is like a powerhouse, and we love it. It's actually hot in here. I need to turn it off. But now we have the curtains up there. Travis was getting ready to sort his laundry, but he has to wait till I get out of here. And then the one over here so that we can close it up. Again, all of the furniture, lots of blankies on everything. Sleepy puppy. And then I usually don't have curtains or window treatments up during the year because we just like having everything open. But wintertime, we do usually put up curtains so that way we can open them when... Yes, hold on. We can open them when heat is coming in and then close them up to keep the heat in and the cold out. Shh. Yeah. And again, blankies everywhere. Plants are all together so that they can be warm. And our rockin' little space heater that keeps us nice and super toasty. And then we can just close these curtains up, trap it all in here. Super cost effective, works well, keeps everybody warm, and way cheaper than running central heat all winter long. And always you put on some super cozy background music like this. And I think it just makes the house warmer and cozier all together. All right, we'll get out of here and let Trav work on his. Yeah, bye. She says bye. He's gonna go through and separate his stuff out and put it into his drawers, and then he'll be good to go. So I made Travis come in here, but this is his shirt, one of them that he got with his new clothes. You like it?
Yes, I do.
Yes, very nice. And those are the pants. Look at them, aren't they nice? We got them for $5. So very sharp, Mr. Man. Okay, so not that any of you necessarily asked for that, but there's just a little tour, a few little things that we do. I even put curtains up over here because our pantry doors have been broken, and I have an idea for how to fix them. We have them, we just haven't had the money to do it. And I was like, $5 for a big old shower curtain rod. I already have the curtains. Boom, bam, clean that up a little bit. So anyways, those are some fun little things that we do just to help in keeping things warmer, more cost effective, wearing more stuff in the house, not having to run so much heat and stuff like that in the colder months. I will stop this now, I promise. I hope you guys have an amazing day. For real, hope to see you guys this weekend between church and just the live stream fellowship. And yeah, I've got a ton of work to do, so I need to go get on that. But thank you guys for hanging out with us. I cannot wait to hear. Share your comments down below of things that you do that help out. And then we'd love to hear any questions and anything you guys specifically would like to see. Monday, we will have more with the Heavenly Minded Homemaker video, and then Lord willing, back on track with homeschool next week. So see you guys next time.